Alright guys, so I've just been kind of searching around the interweb a little bit, and you know, a big deep world of shit, really. And I think a lot of us just live in the shadows. We don't really want to think about what's really going on. So where my mind goes is, where can I find the best information? And to my detriment, I start searching on the internet, and man, you just can't trust what you read, can you? You can't trust what you read. Back when the cavemen, wrote stuff down on their stone tablets, wrote it down, that was real. That was real. Some of the stuff that was written back when things were authenticated and were legitimate, we believed are true. But are they really true? I'm a firm believer that 1,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago, 500 years ago, even, and the real sad thing is, even 40 years ago, I don't think people were as dishonest as they are today. And I go on the internet and I try to search things like medium household income from 19 whatever, medium household income from 2000 whatever, and I can't get the straight numbers on it. You can go to one site and find something else, and I even went to the government, .gov website. Sorry, I've been searching everywhere, but I took some notes down, and I'm kind of pissed off because I was hoping to give you guys some real numbers here, but we may never know the real numbers because they're really skewed, and I'm just at a loss because I wish I could find the real information. Things have changed so much since I was a kid in the 80s, searching Encyclopedia Britannica. See, I can't even speak. I'm so pissed off. Encyclopedia Britannica. When I was a kid, my parents bought the encyclopedias, and I was able to watch. See, I'm flabbergasted. I got this piece of paper here. I was able to read things that I hope they're probably more true than what you can find on the internet today. But I was trying to search around and find information to see, okay, do we really have it that bad today? Do we really, is our debt to income ratio worse? Do we spend more on stuff as a percentage versus what we make? Are we taxed more, etc.? I'm almost pretty sure we're taxed more. But I was looking at this stuff, so I started off just looking at my birth year, 1977, and the median income was $25,000. Okay, when I first got into the workforce, and I was making, when I first got my real HVAC job, and I was making $7 an hour, so I was probably making about $25,000, and that was in 1994, and I was okay. So if the median income in 1977 was $25,000, that's probably not that bad, right? I'm sure my parents didn't make much more than that back then. My mom wasn't working, I don't think. My dad was making somewhere in and around there, and we were taken care of. And then let's see. So today they say the median income is $133,653, and I think this is household income. So that's 5.34 times, or 534% of what people made in 1977. Home prices have gone up 580 80% since then. So, you know, 534% income, 580% on home prices, according to what I see on the internet. So, I mean, it's not as bad as we think. You know, so there was a lot of people, until we got into the early 80s when the recession happened in 1977 that were riding high on the hog. And I'm sure $25,000 allowed them to buy some good real estate. So, things aren't as bad as we make them out to be. And I'm trying to give some real numbers here, if they're real numbers. I found them on the internet, so they may not be real numbers, but I'm doing the best I can here with the information that I am given. So, what I wanted to do was I want to start in 1937, and I'm going to go up 10 years at a time for gas prices. Kind of give you guys an idea of how gas prices have gone and the reasons why they went the way they did, and who was president, which I don't think it makes a huge difference now that I look at it. So anyway, let's start. So 1937, you could get a gallon of gas for 19 cents. Adjusted inflation to today would be $3.60 a gallon. So not far off from where things are now. It's higher in my area, but adjusted inflation, gas prices that are the same today as they were in 1937. Now, I should do some more research and see where the wages were, but I couldn't find any real information because the internet's all skewed. Wouldn't give me the real skinny on what was going on with income. But so it did say so 25 cents an hour was your hourly rate median. I don't think it was minimum wage, but people were making 25 cents per hour in 1937. After that, I couldn't find the information. So I'm going a decade at a time. In 1937, there was a Democrat that was president. Okay. Democrats back then were not the same they are today. So I'm not even going to do that because it doesn't really matter today, because things have gotten completely ridiculous in the last 20 to 30 years, and I don't think it matters. 1947, it went up 2 cents in a decade, and that would be equivalent to $2.57 today. And the reason for that is, and I didn't even have to look this up, I know, it's because it was post-World War II. And anytime that you are just coming out of a war, everything gets better. Real estate flies, gas goes down, jobs are plentiful, and all that jazz. So, and they're plentiful while war is going on. So, 1957, so it went up a dime between 1947 and 1957. It went up to 31 cents. And adjusted inflation for today, that would be $3.01. So, it was kind of high prices then in 1957. And the reason for that I looked up, as they said, is because of all the highways that were being built, all the infrastructure that we did in the 50s, which I kind of agree with. If I'm kind of a movie buff. So when I watch those movies, every movie you watch in the 50s, they were building those highways like there was no tomorrow. Highways, byways, freeways, infrastructure. So not a bad thing. But I wish they'd get their money from something other than gasoline. 1967, it was 35 cents, which would be equivalent to $2.86 today. It wasn't really high. Adjusted inflation, that's not high, but it could have been a lot less if it wasn't for the war. Now, maybe it went down because of the war. We don't know. A lot of money being slipped under their table whenever the United States goes to war, and that was a Democratic president. So we'll just leave it there. 1977, it was 66 cents. So that was the highest it went up since this chart started in 1937. It went up 31 cents in a decade. And this was, of course, it's a graduating scale when it comes to gas, and it goes up with everything else. So 66 cents, and that's the year I was born in 1977. $2. That's adjusted inflation. $2.97. So that tells you, from 1967 to 1977, the adjusted price only went up 11 cents, but the actual price went up 31 cents. So, we didn't have a really good economy between 67 and 77 that I could see. And that's when unemployment was really high the year I was born. I was probably born at the wrong time. My parents were probably home too much, and that's probably how I got conceived, but leave that for another time. 1987, it was up to 95 cents, so it went up 29 cents in that decade, which is a little bit less than the previous decade, which is the equivalent to $2.28 today, the era of good feelings. We had Ronald Reagan as president then, kind of getting on the back end of his two-term presidency. But that's where we should have stopped right there. We were doing good then, regardless of what other people think. We're going to jump ahead a decade again here to 1997. $1.23 a gallon, so it went up 28 cents again, which is pretty close to what it went up to between 1977 and 1987, which is equivalent to 209. We had a Democrat. That was when Clinton was in office, but we did just get finished with a two-term Republican. So take that with a grain of salt. From what I read, they said there was boycotts on the high gas prices, which made gas prices lower in 1997. And then 2007, it was $2.80. So it went way up. Obviously, once we got into the 2000s, it started going up exponentially. And that would be equivalent to $3.69 today. And then 2017, $2.41 a gallon, which would be $2.68 today. And God, I pray for those prices now. And that was Trump's first term there. 2007 was Clinton. Who was 2007? No, 1997 was Bush. Sorry. And then 2007 was Clinton. And then 2025, it's $3.15 is what they say, but I haven't paid that in a year and a half, so whatever. So it just kind of goes to show you that it doesn't matter who's in office. And sorry if this kind of melted down at the end, but I was taking some scraggly notes there. But I don't think it really matters who's in office. I think the economy does drive it. But a good president will drive the economy. So, I don't know. Just rambling on tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed some of this information. It's all accurate as far as the internet's concerned. So, I don't know what to believe anymore in this life. I'm kind of losing faith in pretty much anything government related, which I think we all have. And I just think that too many people believe in it and think that things are on the up and up when they really aren't. And hate to be the bearer of bad news, but yeah, I don't know. I'm out. I just it's I had to get this out because it was driving me nuts because too many people are just walking around in the fog and they think everything's okay and it's not. So, with that being said, I'll see you later.